Hey folks, in this video I'm going to present to you the top tube bag from Revelate Designs, the Mac Tank. They were one of the first to do bikepacking bags starting in 2007 and have therefore had quite some time to refine their products. Revelate Designs is based in Anchorage, Alaska, so you can imagine in which harsh conditions they test their gear. I was given this bag, but my opinions are independent. As in all of my videos, I made chapters so you can skip to the parts which interest you most. So let's get started. This particular bag is the strap-on version of the Mac Tank. Revelate Designs does also offer it as a bolt-on version and also offer both in a larger version, then additionally called 2000, which offers 50% more capacity. The bag is made from recycled polyester, weighs 128 grams and the RRP is 85 euros. It's sloped down towards the rear and tapers and becomes wider in the front. It thus maximizes its volume whilst leaving enough clearance to comfortably pedal. The bag has a volume of 0.9 liters. For reference, the Oatly fuel pack has 1 liter, the one from Brooks also has 0.9 liters, whilst the one from Restrap only offers 0.8 liters. If you are interested in one of those bags, I have made reviews and comparisons on my channel, so be sure to check them out. The bag comes with an integrated key clip to ensure your keys are safe during rough rides. The bag has hard plastic inlays on its side, which give it more stability and durability, protecting the items inside against wear and tear. Additionally, the bottom is padded, which is great as it protects your top tube from any impacts from items inside the bag like a power bank. Coming to the subject of cable management, you can simply lay a cable underneath the flap and don't need an especially designed exit hole. Instead of a zipper opening, the Mac Tank uses a flap with an integrated magnetic closing mechanism which engages also mechanically. I have found the mechanism to work very well as the magnet catches the counterpart unbelievably reliably, and that when only using one hand. The large loop makes it easy to grab and there is very little resistance when opening. I went into greater detail about the differences between flap and zipper openings in my previous video about another top tube bag, but here are the main points. The biggest benefit of a flap is that the bag has a large opening which is easily accessible and makes it possible to see inside. Also, most bags with a flap are easy to open. In this case, one does have to be able to grab the loop, but I have found it to be well manageable even with thick gloves compared to trying to grab a small zipper, and I am sure they tested exactly that, as you need extremely thick gloves in the cold weather of Alaska. The downsides, however, are that they don't close the bag as properly, making it, in the worst case, more susceptible for items to fall out. The biggest issue is that when accessing them whilst cycling, the flap gets in the way of your legs, which is really annoying. The flap is only sewn on along one side and doesn't have any particular shape. The flap protrudes on both ends, keeping the contents dry from light rain, but when it pours down there's a good chance of raindrops getting into the front opening. This is especially the case when you have a sloped top tube, and I believe that they could improve the flap by designing the front end to better cover the opening. You should also not dump the bag completely underwater, but this is kind of an imaginary argument rather than a sensible one, as there are so many other components which you shouldn't put underwater either. As previously mentioned, the closing mechanism is really good. The only time it becomes tricky is when you stuff too many things into the bag, as the mechanism isn't able to easily reach the counterpart, preventing it from closing by itself. In this case, you have to pull it down for it to close. I had hoped that because the flap is only sewn on along one side, that it would neatly fall aside, being out of the way when pedaling, but sadly it is the exact opposite. Because it is so light, it doesn't fall aside, and when cycling the wind pushes it outward, thus getting in the way of your leg, and even closing it, which is sadly very annoying when trying to get something out. It's disappointing as I really appreciate the ability to access the bag easily and not have to fill the items through a small zipper. The only solution I can think of which might actually fix the problem would be to have a magnet on the other side so that when you flip the flap open, it gets fixed on the other side, ensuring it doesn't get in your way and enabling you to comfortably grab the things inside the bag. Then when closing it again, you can simply pull it off the magnet and it would swing it closed. In the bag there's a separate TPU liner which is made from the same material as drinking bladders. It is attached via Velcro and you can also use the bag without it. It's fiddly to remove and put back, but for cleaning after a tour or when it has become filthy, it's fantastic. You can purchase some parts such as the front strap, the liner or the foam piece in the front separately. If you are enjoying this video, you're most welcome to subscribe to my channel for more bike related videos. The strap version uses a wide velcro strap around the top of your top tube. The strap is even strengthened with a synthetic lining, giving it a good grip even when packed full or ridden on rough terrain. Additionally, there is a strap on the front side which you can lace around the steerer to add even more stability. There are two positions you can set it to, and you can simply lace it through the preferred loop. At the beginning it is difficult to pull the strap tight, but after a few times of attaching the bag it does become easier and you can easily tighten it by simply pulling. Attached to the front buckle is a clip with which you can clamp down the strap, ensuring it doesn't loosen over time. Also, they added a foam piece to prevent the bag from rubbing against your steerer. Generally, I would always recommend you go with the bolt-on version as it will sit more securely, especially on round top tubes, most often steel. The top tube bag can slightly rotate over time. Only if you don't have any eyelets should you go with a strapped version, although I do find it performs much better than competitors' versions. I used the Mac tank on multiple bikes and it fitted them all pretty well, especially because being carbon and aluminium, they have flat upper surfaces on which the bag sits very stable. To give you an idea of what fits inside those 0.9 liters, I put in my key, a Lesign Pocket Drive Pro, a Tubolito inner tube, a Park Tool tire lever, a pair of rubber gloves, a Cut IG70 front and rear light, and lastly a large energy bar. Alternatively, I put in a pair of cycling gloves, a Lesign tubeless CO2 blaster, the Tubolito inner tube, the Park Tool tire lever, and lastly the energy bar. I find the size just right for being able to take with me the most important things. If you need even more space, a frame bag is a great option. If you're interested in the one from Brooks, be sure to check it out on my channel. I have used and reviewed many top tube bags from bigger and smaller firms, and the Mac tank does tick a lot of boxes. It is generally a well thought through product. A short summary. It has a cleverly designed and easy to use closing mechanism. It holds extremely well without moving due to the coated strap at the bottom and the clip on the front strap, preventing it from loosening over time. The plastic sheets protect the things inside from damage, and the thick bottom protects your top tube from any larger items banging inside your bag, and last but not least, you can thoroughly clean it and attach your keys safely. Sadly, the Mac tank is in my opinion unsuitable to be used whilst cycling, and I hope they will somehow solve this issue. Also, I wish they'd design the front of the flap to better cover the opening, preventing rain from getting into the bag. Although this is only a bigger problem when your bike has a steeply sloped top tube, such as my Obia Ois. I also want to add that I generally believe it would be better to only offer a bolted on version and sell a separate adapter which offers two eyelets like the Ortlieb fuel pack does, so one can attach the bolt-on version onto frames without eyelets. The idea being that you only have to buy one bag which fits all of your bikes with or without eyelets. I would also find it great to have a loop on top of the flap to put my sunglasses. After having tested the bag from Craft Cadence, I have really found this feature to be extremely handy and in my opinion a must-have on every top tube bag. Which top tube bag do you own, and are you team flap or zipper, strap or bolted? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you are interested in bicycle gear and bikes in general, consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, enjoy your day with a nice ride, and see you soon. Bye!